Well, hello there everybody. The year is 2021 and it's time, I think, for a 486 build of sorts. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Woo! So here is the subject, maybe. This is a Gateway motherboard with an Intel chip slip. Now we're going to see if this will actually work with what I've got planned. It's from 1995, so it should. I've got two of these boards. This one is the better of the two because it has onboard IDE thingies up here, and it's got cache chip memory thingies down here, which the other one does too, so they're equal in that regard. 256K of cache. Somehow it's this, and I guess this. I don't know. But that's what the jumper's set to, so that's what we're going to say it is. Maybe it's 512. I don't really know. We'll find out when I turn it on. 72 pin RAM. Maybe EDO. We'll find out. I modded what used to be a Dallas RTC. Now it's a Symphony because that's just what I had laying around, and I slapped into it. It's got Picky and Izzy, no Volb. I got the Volb slots right there, the VLBs. None of that hooky VLB craziness, that weird magic stuff that just makes it work between the processor. None of that fancy stuff. Got to go through the chipset because that's how real men do things, as we go through things to make it harder. BIOS chip is over there. This, I believe, is a extra power for 3.3 volts. Don't typically need that. PUSA 2 mouse and keyboard. And we got some more chippy things here, some more of that glue logic stuff, I guess. Yeah, this is probably better than that Mercury Neptune chipset stuff because it only has 2 chips instead of like 4. So we're going to find out if this will work with the Intel DX4-100 chip that I'm going to be testing for this. This is going to be a build. Well, it's not going to actually go into a case. It's just going to be a bench build. We're going to find out what that can do. Intel, and we'll, make it all nice and happy like that way. I think these Intel OEM boards were built by Micron. I've just seen enough Micron motherboards over the years and Intel boards that they have a very similar look to them when it comes to the way the text is laid out, the color of the PCB, kind of the placement of things, choice in stickers, things like that. So I've kind of decided that probably these were built by Micron. They seem to kind of have that fingerprint. So that is what we have got planned. The DX4-100 is Intel, as I said before. I'll go into a little bit more about why I've got this particular one and not the other 2 Intel DX4 variants in a minute. So we just about got old Susie Q here. Susie Q, baby. Yeah, hooked up here. And STB Lightspeed, ET4000, right there. I got some RAM stuck in it. Don't know if it's going to work. We're going to find out. Power supply is plugged in. So we got to put the processor in. This is the Intel DX4-100 chip. Still in the anti-static bag. This bag. And this chip is right back. Yes, this is right back cache. So we'll see if that supports that. I hope it does. Because, yeah, right back, best of the best, maybe. I haven't had much luck with write back being faster than write through in the past, but it's Intel. Should be better, right? Keyboard. It's an USB keyboard. USB. That's not going to work, so that's too new for this thing to know what that is. So I got to do that. That RAM, not going to fit. Got to get that off the desk too. And yeah, never mind that snake mess. So yeah, we'll be back, and hopefully maybe this thing will just boot up. Sure is a pretty chip. That thing looks brand new. I don't think it's brand new. I mean, it's 27 years old, I guess. 26, 27, I don't know. What year are we in again? I don't think that's anti-static, but I hope that's Intel, not AMD. It looks like it, maybe not an AMD. Look at how shiny that is. Alright, let's go ahead and slip this into... That's what's making the noise. So let's go ahead and slip this into here. And I checked the jumpers, and the jumpers are already set for this. Nice chip. Alright, now I gotta plug the video in. Oh, doggone it. Which means I gotta snake that mess over to there. A Packard Smell keyboard has arrived. In nice condition, by the way. And it has been plugged into the Mobo. The video card is there. So I've got it plugged into that monitor up there because that's just the cord I grabbed first, and that's the one it reached without having to untangle that. So let's see what happens here. Well, nothing went pop. I don't know if I gotta turn that back on or not. Oh, we're getting something. It just did a sound there. So yeah, let me find the remote control. Fella found the remote finally, so let's go ahead and turn that on. Ooh. Okay. It's on VGA. And there we go. DX4-100. We've got 8 meg of RAM. Cool. That worked just fine with that. Let's see if this is gonna need a fan or not. No, that's just that's nice temperature. I don't need no fan. That's not hot at all. Okay, so we're gonna do a FATU. Yeah, we know that. Went back to 1988. Okay, cool. It's a 486 BIOS. PS2 mouse is enabled. We got LBA mode for DOS. We'll see if that actually works. We don't really need to because that's a 540 megabigs. Megabiga. Does it detect it? Do I even have it plugged in? I mean, I hear it. I hear it, but I don't see it. Okay. Did I plug it into the wrong channel? Well, let's go ahead and just do a get a default value. Have been loaded. Our diaper's been loaded, so let's go ahead and find out what happens now. We've got a blinky up there, and that just disappeared. Well, it runs the floppy. Still doesn't see it. Yeah, stick and play BIOS. Well, I'm going to have to see. I must have something not plugged in here. I don't know. Sometimes a guy has to ponder and wonder why he does this stuff. Because you know what? It just doesn't make any damn sense. And as you can see, it's recognizing the hard drive. And all I did was unplug the IDE cable. That was fully seated, by the way. And I plugged the IDE cable back in. And now the IDE hard drive is detected. Well, would you look at that? So, let's take a look at the memory cache here. Oh, it's disabled by default. Well, would you look at that? SRAM speed. This has, I believe that's 15 nuns. So we're going to set this to 15 nuns. I'm sure that's a timing setting. A default timing setting. We can only do 15. We can't do 12. Cache mode right through. This is a write back chip. I think that affects the internal cache of the CPU. That looks good. And let's do a flipperoo on this guy. We'll do a U-turn on that setting. Plug and play OS, no, because we're running DOS. All this is disabled. I'm sure that's going to be a performance hit, but we're going to set that to 60 because I think that's EDO. There's 60 nanosecond FP RAM too, so let's go ahead and see how long this takes to not boot up, because I'm sure it doesn't like something I just made. Oh, no, there it goes. Look at that, 256K cache. I wish I had 256K of cache just laying around. That would be nice. And it is booting. Okay, cool. So obviously it likes my battery mod on the it doesn't find, it's not finding the CD-ROM either. Well, come on, you can open. I know you can open. You were just opening. There you go. Had to smack it a little bit there. Oh, there's my World of Warcraft. Not World of Warcraft. That's Warcraft 2. Well, that's where that's at. Well, let's just go ahead and put that back in there. That's that drive needs a little bit of help, but it works oh so nicely. Quad speed, creative. You don't see those very often. That's, yeah, this looks like it's kind of, what the heck is wrong with that cover there? Is this just kind of like this? Yeah. I guess it's just kind of like that. Well, that's nothing a little double-sided tape won't fix. There we go. And there's that thing again. Yes. Yes, I know. Someone wants tub water. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and say a boot. And let's do a, yeah, I know I'm lazy today. I don't feel like hooking all this up. Sorry. Bench. And top bench. I should make a script for this. Oh, damn it. Okay. I guess I needed to fate the keyboard there on startup and turn everything off, so. Okay, the keyboard's been fated and we are back to this fun stuff. Let's see how Top Bench runs now. Okay, so we've got a benchmark. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's introduction. Not benchmark. And 231. I don't, well, hey, look at who it's matching there. Look at that. High treason, you little devil. At 120, so he's underclocking that a little bit. And that's interesting. The VidiMem is not too bad for this, for PCI. Of course, it is a Light speed. We do like light speeds. So, 231. I don't know if that's good, I don't know if that's bad, but that's what we're going to be finding out. Let's take a look at what hardware info says. And yes, where's the... It looks like we're running at... no, we're running at about 100 megahertz there. Pretty good. Looks like everything is detected. This is a Aries chipset. Okay, I do like that. Aries, the god of war. Although at this time Intel was doing like this whole solar systems thing, so that's probably the moon Aries. I think Aries is a moon. I don't know. I'd have to Google it, but I don't want to right now. So there's our T-Sync ET4000 W32P. It's a 1 meg card. That's fine with me. Oh, it's a power graph. No, it says light speed down there. Okay, well, it's a power graph and a light speed. Okay. Right. Cool. Okay. And, well, I don't care about that. We know it's working. Does it detect anything else? Well, we got it. Enhanced IDE. At least that is PCI. Now, I have seen motherboards that are PCI. The Neptune chipset, for example, it uses an ISA IDE controller. Yeah. This does not, though, apparently. And, oops. And then we'll do a bug check. No buggies. No buggies to be squashed, so alright. Okay, well. You know, that's kind of hot now. So it could use a fan now. But it's running, it's stable. Can it overclock? Well, this motherboard officially only goes up to 33 bus, so yes, I will overclock this chip, but not right now. Not right now. Oh yeah, I forgot about that whole SpeedSys thing. I figured I'd run that real quick. We do have a Y2K bugged BIOS, so this will explode. And, you know, it says 89.59. Okay. BIOS is 91394. And we're drawing a Etch-a-Sketch over there. So, the only thing I wanted to say about this motherboard real quick is it has jumpers for a 2x multiplier, a 3x multiplier, and a 5x multiplier. Yeah. Not exactly sure why it has a 5x. I'm guessing that's a typo, or maybe not. Maybe there was a... Could there have been a 5x 486 processor planned? I don't know. But it's somewhere on the board, and if I find it again, I will, you know, show you. So we've done the benchmarking portion of this motherboard. Now it's time to just see what it does on gaming. I'll play some games on it, see how it's like. This is the sound card I'm using for testing this stuff. This is a Sound Blister 16. And what's nice about this card is that it has jumpers. So we don't need to load any of those pesky device drivers in DOS. This just works. I like that. That's cool. Give it a big thumbs up. It just works. No drivers. And you can argue about the sound quality and whether it has a bug here or a click there or a whatever. You get tired of the MIDI, just turn that off. Put a CD in, headphones, good to go. So that's what we're going to put in here, and then we'll have a little bit of a gaming session. I gotta find a mouse actually, but we'll do some Descent and we'll see how that goes. Oh, I figured out the CD-ROM thing. that channel is disabled in the BIOS. Go figure. So let's see how well this plays. With only 8 meg of RAM, probably not very good. Yeah, I've got sound, but it's not much because I don't have the speakers turned up. Yeah, let's just do level 1. Hello. Huh. That's not half bad. Actually, does not play too bad. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, it's not bad at all, actually. For 46, this is actually decent. Although the thing I do notice is that there are moments here when it's kind of jumpy a little bit. That could be because of the 8 meg of RAM, though. So we'll forgive it for that. Although I don't hear it hitting the hard drive, though. So I'm not sure about that. Seems a little jittery. I have to play with it on some other 46s. It's always a little jittery on 46s, but and this is not a Pentium, so I can't, you know, criticize it too much. Because this is definitely much smoother on a Pentium. But this is pretty smooth for 46. Not too shabby. So I'd have to install the D1X patch in order to get an actual frame rate. This feels like probably 15, maybe. An average of 15, maybe. So yeah, I'd have to install a D1X patch and see what the frame rate is. I can also do higher resolutions with that too, like 1600 by 1200. Yeah. That'll really make this thing slow. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call it that good. Get kind of an idea how it feels, so this chip is scoring a 9.8 in Quake. This is not too bad of a flicker, actually, in this camera. So this motherboard has the same problem, apparently, that most of my other 46 motherboards that I've tested, and I've tested a lot of boards. It's a reoccurring problem that these boards have, and that is they just do not enable the level 1 cache to be in write back mode. Now I'm going to go look in here, right here. You can see it says enabled in write through. Now, as you can see, I've got another chip in here, and this chip is a DX4-100. I don't know what the model is, or what the SK, the Intel, the SK, that SK number right there. So I don't know because there's a heatsink on it glued to it. So I don't know if this is a write through or a write back chip. The Quake score is identical with this chip as it is with this chip, and this chip also says write through mode. Now the BIOS has the option to enable write back cache, but that only affects the level 2 cache, not the one in the chip. So I don't know. This is a problem I keep running into with motherboards. Other than that, this thing runs pretty good. This chip, we'll throw that in and I'll show you what that one shows in just a second here. Now, I'm not changing the jumper on the motherboard. It is still set for the 3.3 volts. And I know this will work because I already did this. Mainly to see what the performance would be like, but also to see if it was recognizing the L1 cache. The write back feature. You can see it turns on. It goes spinny spinny. And give it a second. This motherboard seems to take a few seconds to click on, and there we go. It's funny it reads it as a Pentium 100 even though it's 83. Oops, got to hit that. Don't want to forget that. Okay, so yeah, I've got this in 2 bench locations because, you know, that's just the way I roll on this hard drive. Okay, so we'll look at this one. As you can see, write back mode. So these overdrive chips must be locked into that, or they're enabled by default, or they're just forced into that mode or something. But obviously this does recognize write back mode, so I'm assuming, I have to just assume that the motherboard is just unable to engage that feature on the 486. And like I said, this is a problem that I've experienced before on other 486 motherboards. I did do some BIOS tweaks on this, enabling everything. And before that I did a 13.9, just simply swapping the processor. So let's see what it does this time. I mean, that 4 frames per second definitely does make a noticeable difference in how fast this goes. And which was not as fast as my Pentium 60s, which aren't as fast as High Treason's Pentium 60s either. But we'll just let this play out. Shooty shooty, bangy bangy. Nail gun him to death there. Yeah. That feels good. Yeah. Okay. So, and there we go. 16. So I did increase the frame rate, tweaking the BIOS by 2.1 frames there. So that's cool. So the 486 DX4-100 did a 9.8. This did a 16. So, I mean, that's a noticeable improvement. It's not quite 18 or 20, but, you know, it's not exactly doubling it, but it's, you know, what is that, 60% faster? Eh, maybe that would be worth it. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to just play with this some more. We'll do a proper comparison, DX4 comparison video. AMD, Cyrix, Intel. But I just wanted to mess with this, see what we could do with it. Does this motherboard work? Yes. Does the DX4 work? Yes. The video card works. The sound card works. My happiest of all, the mod works. So I'm gonna end the video right here, guys. We'll mess with the VLB stuff another time, alright? Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe, rate, thumbs up, you know, all that fun stuff. And comment down below. Oh, and by the way, if anybody knows how to decode those numbers, I'd really like to know, because I googled it and I didn't find anything. But I'd really like to know, without taking the heatsink off, what kind of an Intel chip that is. Which flavor of DX4 that is. I hate to take the heatsink off, but I guess if I have to, I will. So, alright guys, peace out. And we will see you again right here on the Wayback Tech channel. Woo!